If you're a teenager or in your early 20s, listen up. I'm gonna ask you one question that could change your life. What game are you playing right now? I bet it's a game you didn't even choose. Maybe you're still playing the get good grades and please your parents game. Maybe it's the hustle until you burn out game. Or maybe it's the find happiness in the next Netflix binge game. Here's a brutal truth. Most people wake up at 40 and realize they've been playing the wrong game their entire life. They played the game society handed them, the game their parents expected, and the game their friends were playing. Today, I'm giving you the rulebook for a different game, the one I wish I'd known. I'm giving you 10 brutal lessons that could save you a decade of regret. These aren't just tips, they're cheat codes for life. And by the end of this video, you'll have a roadmap to build a life you actually want, not the one you're told to build. Lesson 1. The game you're playing is a lie. Think about high school. The game was simple. Get good grades, ace the SATs, and get into a decent college. The goal was crystal clear. But then you graduate, and suddenly the goalposts disappear. Nobody tells you what the next game is. Most of us spend our early 20s still running on the high school track, chasing the same old metrics of success. We try to be perfect students, perfect employees, perfect friends. We don't realize the real game has shifted. The new game is about building networks, finding out what you genuinely enjoy doing, and figuring out what skills actually matter in the real world. The person who figures this out in college will get a 10-year head start. The first step is to recognize that you're in a new game. Ask yourself, what game am I playing right now? And is it the game I truly want to win? Your 18-year-old self made a lot of decisions. You're not locked into them forever. Don't fall victim to the sunk cost fallacy. It takes way more courage to change direction than to keep climbing a ladder that's leaning against the wrong wall. Lesson 2. How to get rich without a job. Yeah, you heard me. This isn't about some get-rich-quick scheme. It's about a simple truth your teachers never told you. Time is your most valuable asset, and compound interest is your superpower. I wish I had started putting just $50 a month into an index fund at 18 instead of letting it sit in my checking account or blowing it on overpriced coffee. You don't need to be a Wall Street wizard. You just need to start. Think of it like planting a seed. It's small at first, but over decades, it grows into a giant tree that provides shade, or in this case, financial freedom. The crazy thing is, most people don't start because they think they don't have enough money. That's a myth. Even if it's just a few dollars, the act of starting is what matters. Time is on your side right now in a way it will never be again. Lesson 3. Consistency is your secret superpower. We're all sold this idea that intensity and grinding are the only paths to success. That you have to pull all-nighters, work 16-hour days, and sacrifice everything to get ahead. But that's a lie. I used to cram for tests, pulling brutal 12-hour study sessions. I'd be a zombie the next day, and a week later, I'd remember almost nothing. Then I discovered the power of consistency. Doing just 30 minutes of focused work every single day is 100 times more effective than a 10-hour weekend marathon. It works for everything: learning a new language, getting in shape, building a business. Your brain literally rewires itself better with daily small practice than with intense sporadic bursts. It's the most boring, unglamorous superpower there is, but it's the most powerful. Lesson 4. The 2 a.m. rule. I love a good late-night conversation as much as anyone, but let me tell you something I learned the hard way. Nothing good happens after 2 a.m. Seriously. Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., you have those deep, meaningful conversations. You get to know people on a different level. You build lasting memories. After 2 a.m., conversations get weird. You're tired, your judgment is off, and you end up feeling terrible the next day, wasting an entire afternoon just to recover from a night that wasn't even that great. The most successful people I know aren't the ones who stay up the latest. They're the ones who know when to call it a night. Your sleep schedule affects your mood, your productivity, and your ability to make good decisions. Protect it like it's a sacred temple. Lesson 5. Fix your posture. Your future self will thank you. This sounds so basic, I know, but trust me on this. I spent years hunched over a laptop, just like you probably are right now. I thought my body was invincible. Now, at 25, I'm dealing with back pain and paying for physiotherapy I could have easily avoided. Here's the deal. Every little thing you do for your body right now is an investment. Sitting up straight, taking breaks, walking around the room every 30 minutes, these aren't just good habits. They are literally an investment in decades of comfort and mobility. The pain you prevent today is much, much easier than the pain you'll have to fix tomorrow. Hey, if this is resonating with you, give this video a quick like. It tells me to make more videos like this. Lesson 6. Get a doorstop. This is probably the weirdest advice on this list, but it's a game changer, especially for college students. Get a doorstop and keep your dorm room door open whenever you're home and awake. Most of us spend our first years in college with our doors closed, hiding from the world. We're afraid of being interrupted, afraid of looking like we don't know anyone. But the magic of college happens in those spontaneous moments. The random 11 p.m. conversations, the friends who pop in to say hello, the study group that forms because someone saw you were working on the same thing. You'll never remember that extra hour of productive study time you gained by closing your door, but you will remember the random conversations that turn into lifelong friendships. Put yourself out there, even when you're in your own space. Lesson 7. Become the connector. When I went to college, I was terrified I wouldn't make friends. I was convinced everyone else had it all figured out. But I realized something profound. Literally everyone has that same fear. And every single friend group needs someone to bring people together. That's the secret. Be that person. Be the person who creates the group chat. Be the person who organizes the movie night. Be the person who says, hey, let's study for this test together. Most people are too nervous to do it themselves. They are waiting for someone to take charge. Leadership starts with the willingness to say, let's do this, when everyone else is waiting for someone else to speak up. The person who learns to initiate and organize in their early years becomes the person others naturally turn to throughout their life. Lesson 8. Your worst fear is a lie. This one took me years to learn, and it's the single most freeing realization of my life. I spent my high school and college years worrying about what others thought of me, the embarrassing thing I said last week, the mistake I made in class. I was convinced everyone was judging me, laughing at me, and talking about me behind my back. But here's the truth. They weren't. People aren't thinking about you at all. They're too busy worrying about their own problems and insecurities. That embarrassing thing you did, they forgot already. They're too busy replaying their own cringe moments to remember yours. This realization is incredibly freeing once you accept that you're not the main character in anyone else's story. It allows you to finally start being the main character of your own. Lesson 9. Enjoy the journey, not just the destination. I know, this sounds like a cliche, but hear me out. College really is a unique time in your life, and it goes by faster than you realize. Don't get so focused on grades, internships, and post-graduation plans that you forget to enjoy where you are right now. It's totally fine to have ambitious goals. I encourage it. But make sure you're not so future-focused that you miss the incredible experience happening around you. The random late-night talks, the spontaneous road trips, the inside jokes that only make sense to you and your friends. Those are the moments you will remember. As the old saying goes, journey before destination. Your 40-year-old self will look back and wish they had just savored the moment a little bit more. Lesson 10. Stop seeking permission. The world rewards action way more than it punishes mistakes. I wasted months in college emailing professors asking for permission to start projects. What a waste of time. Want to start a YouTube channel? Just do it. Want to launch a podcast? Just do it. Want to build a website? Just do it. Worst case scenario, someone tells you to stop. Most people don't care what you're doing anyway. You are overthinking it. Taking initiative teaches you more in a week than asking for permission teaches you in a month. Acting boldly is easier when your mindset supports it, when the way you think stops holding you back. So there you have it, 10 lessons I wish someone had handed me when I was 18. You don't have to learn these the hard way. You can skip the mistakes and jump straight to what works. The crazy thing about being young is that small changes create massive results over time. Fix your posture now, save thousands on physical therapy later. Start investing $50 a month now and retire years earlier. The question isn't whether these lessons work. The question is whether you will actually use them. If this video helped you, you're going to love the next one right here. It goes even deeper into how to stop procrastinating and start building your dream life. Click here to watch it now. And before you go, tell me in the comments below, which one of these lessons hit you the hardest? I read every single one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.